Sexy Jutsu. Today, I'd like to talk about the Sexy Jutsu. The Sexy Jutsu, which Naruto created, has been used since his early boyhood. Incredibly, victims range from academy teachers to the Hokage, and even the final boss of the Fourth Great Ninja War. Let's take a closer look at this surprisingly utilized Sexy Jutsu right away. What is Sexy Jutsu? The Sexy Jutsu is an application of transformation technique. It's a lewd jutsu that changes the user's appearance into a naked woman. As a simple transformation, it shouldn't possess any inherent power. Yet, through the user's creativity, it has driven off many ninjas, achieving results that would astonish even the most despicable. An amusing point is that, despite being a silly technique, it has still led to the creation of numerous derived techniques. Harem Jutsu. A collaborative ninjutsu combining the Sexy Jutsu and shadow clone technique. By changing the clones into naked women, the target is surrounded by a harem of women. Tulip Jutsu. By combining with the more difficult multiple shadow clone technique, it creates numerous women. This is an incredibly inefficient technique that consumes more chakra than it's worth. It's a technique that only Naruto, with his overwhelmingly large chakra reserves, could conceive of. Sexy Reverse Harem Jutsu. This is the male version of the Harem Jutsu, used when the target is a woman. The target is surrounded by multiple handsome naked men. Sexy Girl-on-Girl Jutsu. This is another technique combined with the shadow clone technique. But its unique feature is that it creates two different girls. Konohamaru was the one who created this, and he impressed Naruto when he showed it off after returning from training. There's also this sexy boy-on-boy jutsu. What a shocking scene of Sasuke and Sai embracing. Sakura had a nosebleed at the sight. Naruto and Kakashi were completely weirded out. Sai, with a straight face, said, "Ah, it's me and Sasuke." It was surreal and funny. But perhaps it was too intense, as it seems to have been cut from the anime. Users of the Sexy Jutsu. Naruto. Naruto, who charms numerous male characters by transforming into Naruto. The Sexy Jutsu originally appeared as a gag, but it was even used in the serious battle of the Fourth Great Ninja War. As expected of Naruto, the number one in unexpectedness. However, as an adult, he seems to have refrained from using it. Konohamaru. Konohamaru, who admired Naruto and became his disciple. The first ninjutsu he learned was the Sexy Jutsu. Naruto, you have more to teach. Despite this, Konohamaru had quite a mischievous childhood, too. Ayasudan and Kazamatsuri Moegi, who hung out with him as the Konohamaru Army Corps, are also capable of using it. These two also learned the technique because they admired Naruto. But as an adult, I don't think they've used it. Especially for Moegi, this might be a dark history she wants to hide. Boruto. Boruto, a troublemaker just like his father, has also learned the Sexy Jutsu. He transforms into Boruto. Salada was angry, saying, "I'll knock out the one who developed such a technique. Actually, it's your esteemed the Hokage, is what I don't want her to know." He even showed the Sexy Jutsu to the son of a feudal lord. However, I see this kind of sexy stuff all the time, so it doesn't affect me at all. What kind of household does he live in? He's a forward child. Furthermore, Boruto has tried to transform into a girl during undercover investigations, and occasionally uses the Sexy Jutsu on missions. His father's knack for quick thinking, and Boruto's emphasis on efficiency, may make it surprisingly useful. Looking at it this way, it seems that the Sexy Jutsu has also been passed on in the master-disciple relationship that inherited the Rasengan. It's supposed to be an excellent master-disciple relationship. The Sexy Jutsu versus ninjas. The Sexy Jutsu may only look like a joke now, but it actually boasts an amazing track record. The targets are mostly adult males. Moreover, it is most effective against strong ninjas. It's not a one-hit knockout, but it's more than enough to distract the opponent as a diversion. If all goes well, it can even knock them out. Iruka Wumino. The very first victim was the well-known Iruka sensei. He was always lecturing Naruto, the naughty boy. To get back at such Iroha-sensei, Naruto showed off his sexy jutsu. The usually serious Iroha-sensei flew away with a nosebleed when he saw Naruto. This big idiot. Don't create such ridiculous jutsu on your own. Iruka-sensei was furious. After making Naruto clean up the graffiti he did on the Hokage rock as punishment, he treated Naruto to a Chirako ramen out of concern for him. That's where the relationship between the two of them began. Well, even so, Naruto would tease Iruka-sensei by saying, "Ah, nosebleed sensei spotted." At any rate, it's clear that the sexy jutsu is super effective against Iruka-sensei. Hiruzen Sarutobi. Even Hiruzen, a Hokage who loves the village, is super weak against this kind of ninjutsu. No matter how dignified he is, inside he's just a dirty old man. Upon seeing Naruto's jutsu, he said, "Creating such a ridiculous jutsu again, I'm totally going to fall for it." As he declared, he passed out, nose bleeding. Surprising that even the third Hokage, who strike fear in the hearts of the people, could pass out so easily. Maybe if during the Konoha crush, the enemy had all transformed to women, the village would have been in big trouble? Hatake Kakashi. Kakashi is always cool, so he is likely to respond calmly to sexy jutsu with, "What are you doing?" But contrary to expectations, he too was blown away, nose bleeding. Even though he was an elite jounin from childhood and had shown talent in the Ambu, he has read so much of Ichu-Icha, but he doesn't seem to have a tolerance for dirty jokes. If Naruto had used his harem jutsu to create an opening, wouldn't he have been able to manage that bell test? Ebisu. Ebisu, who was Konohamaru's tutor. Regarding the sexy jutsu, he expressed disgust saying, "How vulgar," but then he ended up with a nosebleed. And was teased as he is secretly perverted. This glasses pervert Ebisu tried to keep Naruto away, thinking that Naruto had a bad influence on Konohamaru's education. However, seeing Konohamaru grow, he gradually accepted Naruto. But he again suffered from Naruto's sexy jutsu. Ebisu, who could not be taken down by just one Naruto, was sadly defeated by the harem jutsu. As a tutor for elite clans, this might leave a blemish on his career. Jiraiya. Jiraiya, who was naturally called the pervy sage. Of course, he fell splendidly for Naruto's sexy jutsu. When he was reluctant to accept Naruto's request to become his apprentice, he was delighted and his eyes popped out with a nosebleed when he saw the sexy jutsu. The legendary 3 ninja is way too easy. But as expected of Jiraiya, unlike a certain Hokage, he never lost consciousness, having a hobby of peeping at the women's bath and being the author of Ichu-Icha. He may have built up some resistance to the sexy jutsu. Killer Bee. Naruto activated the harem jutsu, but it had no effect on Bee at all. Does Bee lack interest in women? Kaguya Otsutsuki. Kaguya, who became the final boss in the 4th Great Ninja War. Naruto, Sasuke, Kakashi, Obito, and Sakura tried everything they could, but they couldn't defeat her. What Naruto came up with was the sexy, reverse harem jutsu. He's truly unpredictable. Sasuke rejected Naruto's outrageous proposal, or so you'd think. But it's worth a try, really? To think of using the sexy jutsu against the final boss. That's why Kishimoto-sensei is. In this situation, what kind of jutsu are you using? Aside from me, I don't see how such a technique could work on such a godlike person. I understand Sakura's frustration. The priceless expressions of Kakashi and Sasuke also made us laugh. Naruto successfully took advantage of Kaguya's distraction and landed a hit. Whether you're the ancestor of chakra or whatever, you've never seen this kind of jutsu. Naruto proudly exclaimed. Kaguya has her cute moments, doesn't she? But Kakashi said here, "Are you watching this, Jiraiya-sensei?" Who would have guessed that it would turn out to be so funny? Even though it was the last battle that took everyone's breath away, it was the best. Conclusion. So, how was the roundup of the sexy jutsu? The stronger the ninja, the more effective it was. Creating an opening in the final boss Kaguya and saving the world, the sexy jutsu. This was actually the first jutsu Naruto used in the series. Thinking about it that way, it's quite sentimental, isn't it? Moreover, it has been duly passed on to his son Boruto. It will continue to be a point of interest in the future. I'm so happy to hear your thoughts and opinions on this video in the comments. If you found this video interesting, please hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.